Happy Monday morning, everybody. Rise and shine. It's a holiday here in the U.S., holiday weekend. I have been enjoying it. As you can tell, I actually have some sun. I got some sun all weekend. Today is cloudy, and so we're up at 9 a.m. filming a video. Now, we have a very interesting video today. We're going to talk about a couple of things with this. First of all, let me know what you guys think about this. We're going to be talking about basically 2K. Officially, there's been a lot of rumors. You know, this is still technically a rumor, but it's an advanced rumor, I would say, because this has been floating around the community for a little bit. We haven't really had too much information on when. Was it going to be 2026? Was it going to be 2027? So 2K Games have secured the FIFA video game license, according to MoPlay. The same source claims FIFA 2K25 will launch later this year. So, we're going to break this tweet down in a second. I want to know what you guys think. This, by the way, has 14 million views on Twitter. That's crazy. This news comes just days after FIFA president Gianni Infantino, who said, "We are developing new partners and a new game. Get ready." Now, 2K, I do not blame for jumping into this opportunity because there is an opportunity. That is also why right now in the football game community, we have games like UFL and goals-making games. There's a huge opportunity, in my opinion, to jump into this space, and there's a lot of eyes. You know, this situation of what we have currently in our community reminds me of Call of Duty right now. You know, Call of Duty still has a lot of players playing the game. I would say easportsfc still has a ton of people playing the game, but there's a huge crowd of those people that it's really the only game they want to play. You know, it's like they have that frustration that they're waiting for that next up game, right? And I think a lot of people in this community feel that way. I've also learned over the last couple weeks, there's also a lot of people that don't feel that way. A lot of people are perfectly happy with EA Sports FC. The reason why I'm going to laugh and meme and make fun of 2K, because EA and 2K, what they remind me of is the show Beavis and Butthead. I don't know if anybody's watched that American sitcom. They literally remind me of that show. It's just a prime example of Dumb and Dumber, right? So who's going to be less dumb in this situation? And I think 2K is smart to hop into this opportunity because I think, obviously, you know, a football video game, right? There's a lot to be said that there's a lot of people that would play it and try it. Now, here's a couple things just background-wise you have to understand about 2K as a company. Very money hungry. I would put them on the pedestal higher than EA. The reason I would say that is that they do just the same amount of microtransactions in 2K My Team. They do even more stuff in they have a park mode in NBA 2K. They go out of control, guys, with, you know, what they go and do with microtransactions. So that's something you can definitely expect. Not to mention, I've been loving this game, Topspin. You guys have been watching on the channel. I just paid $80 for a tennis game that has 2 online tournaments on it and a career mode. So let's put that out there, right? This game will not be cheap, but is it any different than EA of what we've been having with them? No, right? So here's where the promising part is. There's other games right now like UFL and Goals, right? The question mark with those 2 other games being created, there's a huge part of the EAFC population that only cares about graphics and player licenses, right? I am a person that I do really care about player licenses. Obviously, I want great gameplay, but player licenses for me, you know, it's the same with you guys. You want to jump on, you want to use Neymar, you want to use Haaland, whatever it is, Messi, Ronaldo, that's a big deal. Then there's another crowd that loves graphics. If the graphics aren't anywhere close to good enough, they will not touch it. So EA have won over a lot of the community on graphics, and the reason why 2K entering this space is good, I think out of any of the other games being created right now, that 2K will be able to give EA the largest run for their money in terms of graphics, because I think they have the largest core of a development team and just overall company. And I think, again, financials are going to be, you know, super important here. There's a couple of question marks going around in the community with 2K, like, okay, are they just bringing back the FIFA name? Did they actually get the full licenses? So we'll talk about some of that stuff. Regardless, I'm of the opinion that EA really sold not paying the license, because I think FIFA as a name is so iconic that whoever enters into the game in the next year or two with the name FIFA, which looks like it's going to be 2K, bro, that's huge marketing within itself. The fact that they have the name FIFA. I personally stand by this. Not because I'm an EA hater. I really believe that. I think that, you know, I'm a person that grew up loving FIFA. I always say this game is FIFA 24. When there's actually another FIFA, people are going to be really inclined to buy that first, even if it's a first-year product. Now, some other things to break down with this tweet. Bro, does Gianni Infantino know how hard it is to make a video game? Like, for them to be releasing this in 2K25, this would have had to have been working on for years, which I doubt, because Gianni Infantino said like a year or two ago that they were just going to enter the space and they were going to do it. So I have question marks there, right? Is this one of those, typical scenarios where 2K25 turns into 2K28. I think that's probably pretty likely because I don't know how the heck this guy's going to cook up, with a team and whoever, a video game this fast. People don't understand. Like, UFL has been working on their football game to release, which is going to release this year, I think, for 7 years. Like, this stuff does not take a short amount of time. People simplify the concept of making video games so much. I think it's extremely complicated. But so the partnership is confirmed. So Moplay reports that this is confirmed. Moplay is like a gaming page. In terms of, I don't know if he's offering his caption. He basically kind of like, he throws up on Twitter kind of leaks and things he hears. So I don't know. I can't imagine he's doing any interaction farming. 190,000 views on a tweet is making him probably just less than $1. I don't think he's doing that. So I would assume that his source is as close to confirmed as we could get. So it says just in time for the FIFA World Cup 2K26. So that's interesting when he says it like 2K26. Does that mean they're going to be making a specific game for the World Cup? Donk, who's in our community, he said likely to be a 2026 game, release in time for the World Cup. That is going to be a huge marketing pitch because 2K wants to make money. They're a publicly traded stock. They will want to have this game out before the FIFA World Cup. That's a huge deal in 2026, especially in America, right? That is going to be huge marketing for 2K to want to be a part of and do. So watch out for that. He also put in there few ex-FIFA devs now work at 2K. They do. But I don't know if they're actual like devs. They're more like community managers that we have. But that also could be right. And I just don't know. This also, yes, this has been rumored for 2 years now. No official announcements. There's been no official announcements for this yet. I pointed this out. Shout out to B Ford, one of the goats of our community. He's a huge career mode. So I say creator mode, career mode, creator. And one thing 2K does do really well, they have the craziest like development. So if you're watching this video and you're a career mode person or you like the my player concept, you will love 2K making their game because I've played it as well. The journey, the stuff you go through and do there, 2K, that's probably the thing they are best at. People love that on that game. It's a lot more in-depth than anything we ever had on FIFA. So especially 2K entering the scene as well. Watch out for everyone who's a Pro Clubs player. Because the way that 2K does park on that game with basketball, oh my God, it's so fun. Playing with your friends and stuff like that. It's way more advanced. It's really the main concept over there. So it will be interesting to see. My team on 2K used to be way more popular, which is the Ultimate Team. And we're talking about basketball. It's not popular anymore. People go on 2K to play in the park or do career mode. So anybody who's watched this video, kind of like hoping for that. I think the chances are a bit higher for that. So we got this Reddit post too, and basically someone responded saying, I wonder if Take-Two, which is the company that runs 2K, guys, we'll go through that in a second, actually paid the full license fee, or did FIFA drop down the price after EA actually told them to hit the road? Someone said, in my opinion, there's no way 2K can commit $250 a year. That's what FIFA were asking for before dev and advertising costs on a new title, which, yes, that is a lot. Then you have to pay for licenses. So at the end of the day, there's some people saying down here that, like, they don't know if the team names will be correct, but the player names will be, just as PES for years. Look, I would expect if 2K enters this game, they'll go all out. I personally believe it. If they have to take a loan, whatever, I think they've been making their money for years. I think they have enough to do this, and I think FIFA wants to get back in this space. I think FIFA doesn't like that their name isn't, FIFA on the EA title anymore. Now it's easports FC, so that's what I believe. Are we going to maybe see this? Is this going to be what's going to happen? Is it just going to be like a World Cup mode for 2026, right? Is that going to be their debut entry into our community? They're going to drop something like this? That's a possibility. We haven't had these in a while. We started getting World Cup mode DLCs on the actual game, but EA used to release a separate version. They literally released it. Look, it released in April, so it released 2 months before the World Cup. The nostalgia here is crazy, but is this what maybe they're going to go out and do? The first World Cup, 2026 World Cup, they're going to add some sort of career mode for it. That I don't think in the community that would be a bad way to enter. It would give you the ability to kind of like get a title, out there and see what people react and really work on an overall title. So maybe that's going to be the direction they go in. And then, this to talk about as well. The bottom line is, I'm saying this. Do I have faith that Take-Two and 2K are going to be making the most revolutionary football game for us all? No, I don't think so. Guys, at the end of the day, Take-Two, as I said, with Beavis and Butthead and Dumb and Dumber, right, with EA and 2K, they are both public stocks. You can go on the stock market when the stock market's open and publicly trade these stocks. Anytime you have a situation like that, they are providing financials for shareholders, right? So at the end of the day, these are going to be it's going to be extremely microtransaction heavy, just as EA, right? And just for the proof, if any of you guys never thought that EA didn't have a stock, they have a stock. The problem, guys, the problem is going to be they, at the end of the day, will be having to provide financials. And it's not going to be a scenario where it's like an early on Epic Games and they're really like all in. I do think 2K might listen to the community a little bit more. The fact of the matter is we have to be objective here. They're going to be money hungry for sure. But the positive is that it's actually going to be probably the most realistic competition EAFC has, right? I personally, what if I love the gameplay on UFL or goals? I might, right? And I don't know how the licenses are working and everything. Are those going to come in and really knock out the graphics and all that stuff that a lot of the main community cares about? The career mode, the pro clubs? No. So 2K is probably going to be the large daddy coming in that's going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, like mess around a little bit with EA. So that's really where we got to look at it. And look, at the end of the day, we have 3 or more football games being made. Guys, being a part of this community, if we just go ahead a couple years, we skip time, we have to appreciate every moment. This is all a positive. All of this is great. Competition is incredible, and it's necessary. EA hasn't had it for the longest time, and that's why we don't get any change. So, you know what? This is all great to have other alternatives to look to. One thing I just want to point out, though, that is concerning, right? So NBA 2K, this game used to be really popular. It's dead now. And that's what I'm wondering, that are they just completely shifting all their focus? Do they know they've lost the whole community? The 2K basically, I'm not going to say they've ruined 2K, but people don't play NBA 2K anymore. It's gotten so out of control with glitches, transactions, stuff like that. People completely quit. So they're actually in a more, I would say, extended stage than we are in with EA Sports FC. People still view this game. People still watch this game. It's not as popular as it was when it was FIFA, but people still do enjoy it and watch it. 2K is just dead. So they've just killed this game. So I'm like, are they shifting their focus now? Do they feel like, yes, they'll still make these, but it's an end of an era? We'll have to see. I just want to show you 2,800 viewers. And look, this game has like 5,000 viewers the week after it's released. I mean, it's really in the gutter. It's not doing well at all. I can tell you that for sure. I'm still a person that plays it every year, but I used to play 2K a lot when I was really young. NBA 2K I'm referencing, and it's just not the same anymore. It's really not as good. So it will be interesting to see kind of the direction this goes. Look, at the end of the day, there's people on this thread that are like, this is going to be a bust. It's going to be terrible. Guys, at the end of the day, this is good, right? Because this forces EA to start to have to think about things. Let me put it to you this way, just to end the video. Let's say 20 million people play EA Sports FC. And what other football games are out right now? Let's say eFootball, free to play. Not a lot of people like it. The graphics aren't really good. I personally think the gameplay is slightly better, but it's not a lot better, right? How many people play that game? 1 mil? Maybe? I don't know. Not as many for sure. So I'm just throwing numbers out there. But after that, where else do you go? You don't go anywhere, right? So let's go to 2028. We've got UFL, goals, FIFA 2K, eFootball, maybe even another game, and then EA Sports FC, okay? So when you have that pool of 20 million football players on that game, when you have 4 other games out that are football games, that's going to divvy up the tally a little bit. So it's going to force EA to have to try to find a way to keep all these people going other places back to their game. So overall, this is all positive news. Guys, we will be reporting anything new that happens on this channel, any updates, stuff like that. You won't miss it. I'll be having it as a video. You guys know me. At the end of the day, I am ready, bro. I want to play these other games. I want to try them all out, and I want to hope for some greatness with some of these other ones. Thanks for watching the video today, guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you later. Peace.